Hello and welcome to this lesson on the tune Theme Vannetaise for the DG Melodeon. This tune is used here in the UK by a lot of Morris for the dance called Twiglet. It's a lovely tune in the key of E minor, and we're going to be playing only notes on the D row. That's the outside row of this particular instrument. In fact, we only use three adjacent buttons, and you are in what I call pos H, position H, where your first finger is on the root button of the row. So mine's the fourth button start, so the note E is on the fourth button on the pull. So my fingers are arranged on buttons 4, 5 and 6, fingers 1, 2 and 3, all the way through this tune, A and B parts. If you've got a third button start, then you'll have your three fingers on buttons 3, 4 and 5. I'm going to teach this assuming that you have a B minor chord on your Melodeon. If you don't worry, because at the end I'll go through it and showing you how you can change it if you've got a B major on your instrument instead. Lots of instruments have B major from the factory, and quite a lot, not everyone, but quite a lot of people have that B major changed to a B minor. If you've got a stop on the left hand side for removing the thirds from your chords, then I would recommend you do that, and therefore you'll have a B5 chord and an E5 chord in this tune instead of E minor. And but I only do that if you've got a B major. If you've got B minor, I would suggest just leave the instrument as it is with the four minors in. Now, the way we do it on our Morris side is that we every time we play the A part, we don't have an accompaniment. There's no backing until the 7th time through, which is the very last time through. So the first 6 times you're going to play the right hand tune on its own, and it's a really good tune. So let's get started. The first note is E, it's a crotchet, and you have 2 quavers and then a crotchet and 2 quavers, which gives you this timing. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Now, I've said this very many times before, but at the risk of being boring, I'll say it again. Very often I ride the button. In other words, I don't re-press the button to sound the note. I don't go. Now, I will be doing that a bit later on in the tune because I think it sounds really good there in the B part. But in this A part, you'll see lots of these dagger symbols, which is the symbol I've used off the computer to show that you can, though you don't have to, keep the finger pressed down on the button and just change to the direction of the bellows to sound the note. So E, first finger, B, third finger, both on the pull, and then the same button pushed in will give you A, and then pull out again to get B, and push in again to get A, and pull out again to get B. So you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes in that bar, the last 5 notes of the bar, from one press of the button, if you so wish. Now you can see chords above the bar, but ignore those for the time being. We'll come back to that. So, notice how little I move the bellows to make the change.